Oatmeal ranks high on the list of easy, affordable breakfasts. It packs fiber, plant protein, and essential minerals into one bowl, and it's been linked to lower cholesterol, steadier blood sugar, and healthier digestion. Yet recent surveys suggest 9 out of 10 people miss key steps when they make oatmeal, cutting its benefits by half or more. In this video, we'll look at the 10 most common mistakes people make with oatmeal. If you rely on oatmeal for a quick, healthy start, you can't afford to miss this video. Hit subscribe for clear, science-backed tips, and jump into the comments to let us know how you take your oats in the morning. Now let's get started. Mistake number 1, skipping the salt when cooking oatmeal. Salt may seem unnecessary in plain oats, but a small pinch added at the start of cooking does more than season. It enhances the oats' natural sweetness and balances flavors. Salt dissolved in cooking water penetrates each grain evenly, raising the boiling point slightly so starches gelatinize more completely. The result is a porridge that tastes deeper and more complex, even before any sweet or savory toppings. When you leave salt out and then try to season your oats at the end, the salt crystals sit on the surface and create uneven bursts of saltiness. You may add more salt to compensate, overshooting the mark and masking subtler notes from fruit, spices, or nut butters. If you rely on sweet or flavored syrups to mask blandness, you add unnecessary sugar and calories. From a texture perspective, salt helps proteins and starches unfold in the hot water, forming a slightly firmer gel that holds shape. This keeps your oats from turning into a thin, watery mush. The enhanced gel structure also slows digestion of carbohydrates, supporting steadier blood sugar and longer fullness. To use salt effectively, add just a pinch, about 1/16 teaspoon, per serving of oats and water before heating. Stir once to distribute, then cook as usual. You'll notice a subtle difference in both texture and taste. Oats will seem naturally sweeter, and your toppings will stand out more vividly. Mistake number 2, eating oatmeal without adding protein. Oatmeal shines as a source of whole grain carbohydrates and soluble fiber, but it lacks protein. If you eat oats with only water or plain plant milk, you miss a key nutrient needed for balanced energy, muscle maintenance, and lasting fullness. Protein slows digestion, which blunts blood sugar spikes and helps you feel satisfied until your next meal. Without it, you'll finish breakfast full, then 2 hours later you're hungry again, often reaching for a snack high in sugar or refined carbs. Over weeks and months, this pattern can lead to weight gain, muscle loss, and low energy. Skipping protein also makes it harder to maintain or build lean muscle mass, especially as you get older. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, helping you burn calories even at rest. When you don't supply enough protein, your body may break down muscle to get the amino acids it needs, weakening bones, reducing strength, and slowing your metabolism. That can make it difficult to stay lean and energetic through the day. To fix this, add a protein boost right into or alongside your oatmeal. Stir in a scoop of plain Greek yogurt or quark once the oats have cooled slightly. Greek yogurt delivers around 10 to 12 grams of protein per half cup, plus a creamy texture. If you prefer dairy-free, blend in a scoop of unsweetened pea protein or soy protein powder. Another option is to top your oats with a handful of chopped nuts, seeds, or a spoonful of chia seeds. Each provides healthy fats plus 5 to 8 grams of protein and fiber in a small portion. You can also serve oatmeal with a side of eggs. Hard-boiled eggs, scrambled eggs, or an omelette on the side add 6-7 grams of protein per egg. If you want to keep things simple, cook your oats in milk instead of water. That adds an extra 4-8 grams of protein per cup, depending on the milk you choose. By combining oats with a protein source, you'll slow digestion, reduce mid-morning hunger, and keep your muscles fueled for the day ahead. Mistake number 3, eating too much oatmeal in one sitting. A generous portion of oatmeal can feel comforting, but piling your bowl high can load you with calories, fiber, and potential digestive discomfort. Many people fill a large bowl with a full cup or more of dry oats Then add nut butter, nuts, seeds, honey, and fruit. That meal can easily top 500 to 600 calories, comparable to a fast food breakfast sandwich. If weight management is your goal, excess calories work against you, even if they come from healthy foods. Besides calorie load, too much fiber at once can overwhelm your digestive tract. Soluble fiber in oats absorbs water and forms a gel-like substance. In moderate amounts, it supports healthy digestion and stable blood sugar. In excess, it can cause bloating, gas, and even constipation in sensitive individuals. Over time, very high fiber meals can reduce the absorption of minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium because the fiber binds to them in the gut. This means you might miss out on key nutrients. Portion control is straightforward. Measure out half a cup of dry oats, 40-50 grams, before cooking. That yields about 1 cup of cooked oatmeal. This provides roughly 150 calories and 4 to 5 grams of fiber. Top it with a quarter cup of fruit, a sprinkle of nuts or seeds, and a dollop of yogurt or nut butter. That balanced bowl stays under 300 calories, delivers fiber, protein, healthy fat, and carves out room for other meals later in the day. If you're very active or need more energy, add a small side dish instead of piling extras into your oatmeal. For example, pair your oats with a small serving of cottage cheese or 2 scrambled eggs. This approach keeps each component in check, prevents overloading your gut, and makes it easier to gauge how much you're eating. Mistake number 4, adding too much sugar to your bowl of oatmeal. Eating a little sugar on your oatmeal may seem harmless, but it can quickly turn a healthy start into a high sugar meal. Just 1 tablespoon of maple syrup adds about 13 grams of sugar, roughly 3 teaspoons. If you top your oats with a drizzle of honey or flavored syrup, you may be consuming 20-30 grams of added sugar in a single serving. That extra sugar causes your blood sugar to rise sharply, then crash a couple of hours later. You feel tired, irritable, and reach for more sweets or caffeine to keep going. Over time, repeated sugar spikes and crashes can make your body less sensitive to insulin, the hormone that keeps blood sugar steady. This insulin resistance can lead to weight gain around the belly, higher risk of type 2 diabetes, and extra stress on your heart and blood vessels. Beyond blood sugar control, excess sugar affects your immune system. High sugar intake can weaken white blood cells and interfere with your body's ability to fight off infections. It also drives low-grade inflammation, which is linked to joint pain, skin problems, and higher cholesterol. You may not notice these effects right away, but over weeks and months they add up, making you more prone to illness and slower to recover. To keep oatmeal both tasty and healthful, rely on the sweetness already present in whole foods. Fresh fruits like bananas, berries, diced apples, or chopped dates release natural sugars more slowly, so they give a mellow sweetness and fiber that slows digestion. You can also add a pinch of cinnamon or a dash of pure vanilla extract. Both enhance flavor and offer antioxidants without raising your sugar load. If you want a little extra richness, mix in a spoonful of unsweetened nut butter for a creamy mouthfeel and some healthy fats to slow sugar absorption further. Start by measuring your toppings. Instead of dumping syrup straight from the bottle, spoon out a teaspoon and taste. You might find you need less than you thought. Try slicing half a banana or stirring in a quarter cup of fresh berries. Then add cinnamon and a few chopped walnuts. You'll get sweetness, crunch, and a steadier energy supply all morning. These small swaps keep your blood sugar stable, improve mood, and help curb cravings for the rest of the day without sacrificing enjoyment. Mistake number 5, eating undercooked oats. When oats are undercooked, they remain firm and chewy, which may seem fine at first bite, but carries hidden costs. First, the key soluble fiber in oats, beta-glucan, needs sufficient heat and water to gel and soften. Properly hydrated beta-glucan forms a viscous matrix in your gut, slowing digestion, stabilizing blood sugar, and supporting cholesterol balance. If oats aren't cooked long enough, that fiber remains trapped in hard granules. Your digestive enzymes must work harder to break those granules down, which can lead to bloating, cramping, or gas as your gut bacteria ferment undigested starches. Second, undercooked oats can impair nutrient uptake. The hull of each oat groat contains bound minerals, iron, magnesium, and zinc, that need heat and moisture to release. When oats only soften on the surface, the inner nutrients stay locked inside. Over time, eating undercooked oats daily can contribute to subtle mineral shortfalls, leaving you more prone to fatigue, muscle cramps, or weakened immunity, even if you think you're eating a balanced diet. Third, the texture and taste suffer. Undercooked oats feel grainy and dry, so people often add extra sweeteners or fats to mask that rough mouthfeel. Those additions can push your breakfast from a wholesome start to a hidden source of excess calories or sugars. And because the oats aren't properly gelatinized, they don't expand as much in your stomach, so you end up feeling hungry again sooner and reach for snacks before lunch. To avoid these issues, measure your oats and water correctly. For rolled oats, use a 1:2 ratio of oats to water or milk by volume. Bring to a gentle boil, then lower the heat and simmer for 5 to 7 minutes, stirring occasionally. You'll see plump, creamy grains that flow together. Steel-cut oats require more time, around 20 to 25 minutes at a low simmer with a 1.3 ratio. If you're short on time, try the microwave. Combine oats and water in a deep bowl to avoid overflow. Heat on high for 1 minute, stir, then heat in 30-second bursts, stirring each time until you reach a smooth, tender texture. Mistake number 6, using pre-flavored instant oatmeal, convenient but harmful to your health. Pre-flavored instant oatmeal packets promise a quick breakfast, but they come with a hidden cost. A single packet labeled Apple Cinnamon or Chocolate Delight often contains 15 to 20 grams of added sugar, around 4 to 5 teaspoons. On top of that, many brands include preservatives, artificial flavors, and sometimes hydrogenated oils to improve texture and shelf life. They may also pack in sodium to round out the taste, which can contribute to water retention and higher blood pressure over time. What seems like a healthy choice becomes a source of extra sugar and additives that your body doesn't need. When you eat those flavored oats, you'll likely face the same sugar spike and crash as with syrup-sweetened meals. But the artificial flavors and preservatives add another layer of concern. Some studies suggest that certain food dyes or flavor enhancers can affect digestion, gut bacteria, and even mood in sensitive individuals. Regularly consuming these additives can increase the risk of chronic inflammation, which is tied to joint aches, digestive discomfort, and a weaker immune response. In the long run, you could face higher rates of insulin resistance, heart disease, and metabolic issues, even though you think you're eating something wholesome. To reclaim the benefits of oatmeal, start with plain rolled oats or steel-cut oats. These contain no added sugar, just whole grain carbohydrates and fiber. Cook them in water or unsweetened plant milk, then customize with fresh ingredients. Stir in sliced strawberries, a handful of blueberries or diced peach. Sprinkle in cinnamon, nutmeg, or a drop of vanilla extract. If you need a hint of sweetness, consider a small drizzle, no more than 1 teaspoon, of pure maple syrup or raw honey after cooking, not before. This way you control the amount and it blends into the hot oats without overwhelming them. If time is tight, prepare overnight oats with plain oats, water or plant milk and fruit. Let them soak in the fridge while you sleep. In the morning, give the jar a stir, top with nuts or seeds, and enjoy. You get the same fruity flavor, good fiber, steady energy, and none of the hidden sugars or additives. Mistake number 7, not soaking oats before eating. Skipping the soak step may save minutes, but it costs you nutrient absorption and digestive ease. Oats contain phytic acid, a natural compound that binds to minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium, making them harder for your body to absorb. If you rely on oats as a key source of whole grains, phytic acid can slowly contribute to mineral gaps, even if you eat a balanced diet. Soaking oats in water or plant-based milk for 6 to 8 hours triggers natural enzymes that break down phytic acid. As the oats soften, the phytic acid content falls and the minerals become more bioavailable. The result is a more nutritious meal that provides the benefits of oats, fiber, heart-healthy nutrients, and lasting energy without compromising your mineral status. Beyond nutrient uptake, soaked oats are gentler on digestion. Their softened texture requires less digestive effort, reducing the chance of bloating or gas. For those with sensitive stomachs or irritable bowel, overnight oats often cause fewer symptoms than hot, unsoaked oats. If you struggle with discomfort after oatmeal, soaking is a simple first step. To prepare overnight oats, combine half a cup of rolled oats with half a cup of water or unsweetened plant milk in a jar. Stir in a pinch of salt, cover, and refrigerate for at least 6 hours or overnight. In the morning, add toppings, fresh fruit, nuts, seeds, yogurt, or spices. If you prefer hot oatmeal, you can still soak the oats, then drain and rinse before cooking. You'll need less cooking time and you'll end up with a creamier, more tender porridge. Incorporating soaked oats into your routine takes only a moment at night and saves time in the morning. By reducing phytic acid and easing digestion, you get the full value from every bowl: better mineral absorption, improved gut comfort, and a breakfast that fuels your day without side effects. Mistake number 8, overcooking oatmeal. Cooking oats too long may seem safe, you can't really burn water, but the results can undermine your breakfast value. When oats simmer past the point of just tender, their cell walls burst excessively and release all the starch at once. Instead of a creamy porridge where individual grains hold shape, you end up with a uniform glue-like mass. This mushy texture digests rapidly, leading to a quicker spike in blood sugar and a faster return of hunger compared with properly cooked oats. Overcooking also degrades heat-sensitive nutrients. B vitamins, especially thiamine and folate, start to break down when exposed to high temperatures for extended periods. Those vitamins support energy metabolism and red blood cell production. Losing them reduces the health payoff of your breakfast. In addition, the longer you cook, the more water evaporates. To maintain the same consistency, you may add extra liquid mid-cook, diluting flavor and slowing the breakdown of beta-glucan, which needs a precise hydration level to gel effectively. From a flavor standpoint, overcooked oats can taste dull or slightly scorched, prompting people to add more sweet toppings, flavored syrups, or nut butters to compensate. That wandering toward heavier add-ins can inflate calories and sugar without you noticing. Plus, you lose contrast between the oats and toppings. The joy of a bright berry or crunchy nut gets lost in a thick, homogeneous blob. To prevent overcooking, set your timer: 5 to 7 minutes for rolled oats, 20 to 25 for steel cut. Use a gentle simmer rather than a rolling boil. When you stir and see most grains swollen but still separate, remove from heat and let sit covered for a minute to finish softening without extra cook time. If you prefer a smoother porridge, choose quick cooking oats or instant oats, which are pre-rolled and thin enough to cook in under a minute, rather than overcooking thicker cuts. With correct timing, you'll enjoy a porridge that highlights each grain's nutty flavor, digests at a steady pace, and keeps you full longer without sacrificing nutrients or mouthfeel. Mistake number 9, using the wrong liquid to cook oatmeal. Many home cooks assume that cooking oats in milk from the start makes them creamier, but proteins in milk interact with oat starch under heat to form a dense, sticky mixture. That glue-like porridge is less pleasant to eat and can leave you feeling heavy or sluggish. In addition, heating milk at high temperatures can cause some proteins to denature and form skin on the surface, trapping steam and creating uneven texture in your oats. Beyond texture, cooking oats directly in milk may lower nutrient quality. Some B vitamins and vitamin D added to fortified milk are sensitive to prolonged heat. As they break down, you lose both the oats and the milk's nutritional contributions. If you're using plant milks, almond, soy, oat, many brands add thickeners or gums that swell under heat, further increasing viscosity and stickiness. You end up with an overly thick paste rather than a light, scoopable bowl. The best method is to start with water. Bring oats and water to a simmer to hydrate and soften the grain without protein-starch interactions. Once you see plumped kernels and a creamy liquid, remove from heat and stir in your choice of milk or plant-based alternative. That way you maintain a silky texture, preserve heat-sensitive nutrients, and create a stable emulsion rather than a gluey mass. If you like fortified nutrition from milk, stir it in at the end, about 1/4 to a half cup per serving, so you still get calcium, vitamin D and protein without compromising porridge texture. For a richer mouthfeel, blend in a spoonful of yogurt or a dash of milk powder after cooking. This delivers creaminess and nutrients, but preserves the light, tender quality of properly cooked oats. Mistake number 10, relying solely on oatmeal for your diet. Oatmeal is a nutritious foundation, high in fiber, complex carbs, and some B vitamins, but it doesn't offer a complete nutrient profile. If you eat only oatmeal day after day, you risk missing out on essential amino acids from protein, omega-3 fats, fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, K, and certain minerals like heme iron and vitamin B12 found primarily in animal foods. Over weeks and months, these gaps can lead to fatigue, weakened immunity, dry skin, memory lapses, and slower muscle repair. Moreover, a single food breakfast routine can dull your palate and reduce variety in other meals. You might fail to include colourful vegetables, antioxidant-rich fruits, or lean proteins that support overall health. Diverse diets correlate with healthier gut bacteria, stronger metabolic health, and better mood regulation. A monotonous diet, even with healthy foods, limits exposure to the wide range of phytochemicals and nutrients your body needs. To build a balanced meal plan, view oatmeal as one component among many. At breakfast, top your oats with a serving of Greek yogurt or eggs for protein, a handful of walnuts or flax seeds for omega-3, and fresh berries for antioxidants. At lunch and dinner, rotate lean meats, legumes, fatty fish, whole grains, and a rainbow of vegetables. Snack on fruits, nuts, and small servings of cheese or hummus. By pairing your oatmeal with varied foods, you'll cover all nutrient bases: protein for muscle, healthy fats for cell function, vitamins for energy and immunity, and fiber for gut health. This approach keeps meals interesting, supports steady energy, and ensures you meet daily needs without relying on any single dish. If you found today's information helpful, don't forget to hit like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any upcoming evidence-based nutrition content. And let us know in the comments, how do you usually enjoy your oatmeal, and what changes will you make after learning about these common mistakes? See you in the next videos.